Hello, and welcome to Electra. Today I'm going to show you the original iPhone. It is the 10th anniversary since the release of the iPhone to the public. So, very quickly here, I'm going to show you some of the features of the original iPhone. On the outside, we have the speaker, and if you can look closely, you probably can't see it very well here, but there's a sensor near the speaker which allows you to continue your phone call, and it will turn the screen off so that your ear or skin won't end the call. We have the home button, which is one of the hallmarks of the iPhone. On the side here, we have the typical iPhone buttons here. We have the ring for the silent for turn it to vibration. We have the volume rocker here, and there's a little indent in the center so you can tell the difference between the up and down button. As you can see, it's got this really nice silver edge to it, which I think is really cool. This is one of the nicest designed iPhones that I've seen. At the bottom here, you have a microphone and a speaker, and you also have the old 30-pin dock. If you look here on the back, again, you have this really nice aluminum design with the antenna bar on the bottom, because this has a lot of antennas. It has an antenna for Bluetooth, an antenna for cellular, as well as for receiving cellular internet, which was a revolution back in that time period. I have the 8GB model. You can see it says designed in California. Designed by Apple in California. It's got this nice glossy Apple logo. Some say the Apple logo was glossy so you could take a picture of yourself, kind of like the first selfie. It's got the 2.0 megapixel camera, which was no different than the other cameras of the time period. It was considered a good camera for that time period. It's got a really interesting recessed headphone jack, which made it kind of difficult sometimes to listen to music if you had fat headphone jack. It wouldn't fit in there very well. It's got a SIM tray. This is only for the AT&T, so you can't actually get any other service on this unless it's unlocked. And there's the home button. Now I'm going to turn it on. It's got the Apple logo when you first turn it on. This is what the screen looks like when you first turn it on, and as you can see, it's not activated. The only service you can use on this phone, unless it's unlocked, is AT&T. There is no background. You can see that there's only a wallpaper on the unlock screen and not on the actual background here. It's got the original YouTube app. It's got a message app, calendars, settings, stuff like that. It's got iTunes and App Store, which weren't available until iOS 2, because originally this didn't originally have an App Store. Now, it's got voice memos, which is kind of a really neat function here. Hello. So then you I don't have the volume turned up all the way, but you get the idea. This has maps, which is another revolutionary feature because it has a GPS, built-in GPS, and you can see it's Google Maps. This was back when Apple and Google had an agreement. You can see it's got the original YouTube app, which looks like an old TV. I think that is really cool. It says cannot connect to YouTube. Well, that's mainly because this app is no longer usable. You can't actually use this app anymore. It's not no longer used by Google. You have the Notes app. It looks just like an old notepad. Kind of neat. Let's see if we can add something here. Hi. And it looks like, and if you look here, it looks like it's handwritten, which I always thought was really cool. So go back to Notes here. And of course, you can only run one app at a time. It's got your usual calculator, stuff like that. You know, stuff like that. It does have an accelerometer, so when you go into things like the iPod app, because this was considered to be a big iPod, which is essentially what it was. This is all thy music. So you tilt it this way, and it's got this really cool album view, which I thought was really cool. And is one of the features that made the iPhone so cool with the operating system, because it had a lot of depth. All this. A whole lot of depth. Which I thought that was cool. And it's got your usual settings. Settings hasn't changed a whole lot. Wallpaper, again, is only for the background when you first unlock it, not the background behind the apps. It's got the Safari web browser. But of course, the Safari web browser really only works with Google and a couple other websites. I couldn't get it to work with YouTube anymore. It can no longer work with YouTube, but at least it could work with YouTube after they discontinued support for the original YouTube app. And of course, you got your usual phone app, got your contacts, your keypad, voicemail. Another cool thing, it had voicemail. A little voicemail thing where you would display all your voicemail up here, like the new iPhones do, so you don't have to keep typing in a code to go through the voicemail system. And another thing is, they say that this couldn't originally, take video, which in the original camera app, it can't. It can only take pictures. You can see here in the camera roll, it took that picture, but I downloaded an app from the App Store, which allows you to take video. See here. Isn't that neat? And of course, you can take these videos and export them to your camera roll, which is another cool thing. I also downloaded a piano app. I'll have it load here. You get the idea. At the time this video was made, it was the 10th anniversary of the original iPhone. It's kind of hard to find iPhones in good condition because they didn't have cases back then. There wasn't a very big accessory market. Thank you for watching this video on the original iPhone, also known as the iPhone 2G. And you have a wonderful day.
This is an Electra production.